Welcome, everyone, to a story about a school unlike any other. Imagine a place where the students have paws, claws, and even feathers. This was the Pet Prep Academy, and it was the most chaotic school in the world. In one corner, you had the cats. There was Whiskers, a fluffy Persian who believed every sunbeam was her personal spotlight. Then there was Shadow, a sleek black cat who practiced his pounce by leaping from bookshelves. They spent their days hissing at grammar lessons and knocking over paint pots in art class. Their favorite activity, napping through math. On the other side of the playground were the dogs. Buddy, a golden retriever with a heart as golden as his fur, tried to play fetch with the globe. Rocky, a tough-looking bulldog with a surprisingly gentle spirit, would try to guard the lunch line, demanding belly rubs as payment. They barked during quiet reading time and chased their tails during history lessons. Chaos was their middle name, and let's not forget the parrots perched high on the rafters. Polly Amacar, with brilliant blue and yellow feathers, loved to mimic the school bell at the most random times, sending everyone into a frenzy. Then there was Captain, an African grey who had learned to say, "Did you do your homework?" in a very convincing, stern voice which he used mostly on the teachers. They squawked, they mimicked, they added a whole new layer of delightful disorder to the school day. The principal, a wise old owl named Professor Hoot, was at his wits' end. The meows, barks and squawks created a constant cacophony. It wasn't learning. It was just noise. There must be a way, he hooted to himself one evening, to turn this racket into something wonderful. The next day, Professor Hoot announced the first ever Pet Prep Academy talent show. The pets were confused. What talent did they have besides making a mess? Whiskers just yawned. Buddy wagged his tail excitedly, and Polly just mimicked the word talent back at the professor. Feeling a bit discouraged, Rocky the bulldog sat by the music room. He started thumping his tail against an old drum, creating a steady rhythmic beat. Thump thump. Intrigued, Whiskers sauntered over. Annoyed by the sound at first, she started to meow in a long, high-pitched tune, trying to drown him out. But instead of clashing, her meow seemed to float right over Rocky's beat. Just then, Buddy, chasing a stray ball, tripped over a xylophone. The accidental jingle he made was surprisingly catchy. He tried it again, tapping out a simple, happy melody with his nose. Above them, Polly and Captain, hearing all this, started to chirp and whistle along, adding their own unique, high-pitched harmony to the mix. Something magical was happening. The individual noises that once caused so much chaos were starting to blend together. The thump of a tail, the meow of a cat, the jingle of a xylophone, and the squawk of a parrot were no longer just noise. It was music. They spent the rest of the week practicing. Shadow discovered he could make a cool scratching sound on a washboard. The other dogs joined in, howling in a chorus that sounded almost like backup singers. They called themselves the Mixie Band because they were a mix of everything. The night of the talent show arrived. The Mixie Band took the stage, nervous but excited. Rocky started his steady drumbeat, Whiskers let out her soulful meow, Buddy tapped out his cheerful tune, and the parrots added their high-flying harmony. It was incredible. The audience of pet parents and teachers couldn't believe their ears. The chaos of Pet Prep Academy had transformed into a beautiful, harmonious symphony. The Mixie Band didn't just win the talent show, they discovered something far more important. They learned that by working together and combining their unique sounds, they could create something much bigger and better than any one of them could alone. Their noise became music, and their chaos became cooperation. Teamwork, they realized, could turn any mess into a masterpiece. Thank you so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed the adventures of the Mixie Band, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fun tales. See you next time.